What a thrill to be here. Every year, I come up and I talk about sales. How can we increase more movable bases? How can we sell mattresses? How can we put it on Mars? How can we sell that floating mattress that doesn't even exist yet? But today, I'm going to do something that I've never done before. Way out of my comfort zone. I'm going to get personal. I hope I have your support. Thank you. This award that I'm holding right here is the Super Bowl of all awards for me. This award is the Best Parents Award. I want to win this with my amazing wife, Angie. And I know you're all looking at me going, good luck. I wish you all the best. Hope you can pull it off. Not because of the parents we are, because we're amazing parents. It's because you're amazing parents. We're up against some very stiff competition. You were raised by amazing parents, and I respect that. And I want to win this award for our family. Our opportunity is knocking. I want to take a moment and share another vision about someone else and kind of share that with you and take you through his journey. There's a person by the name of Antonio, and he lives in the Azore Islands. The Azore Islands, if you were to fly from New York to Portugal, halfway through, right there in the middle, there's a group of 9 islands. One of them is called St. George, and that island is 4 miles wide by 27 miles long. Antonio would go to bed visualizing, talking about exactly what Sam just talked about. He would close his eyes and go, I'm going to leave this island. There's a better opportunity for me somewhere else. I want to run my own business. His opportunity was knocking. And his opportunity was Angola, Africa. Angola, Africa was prospering in diamonds, oil, trade. And he wanted to get on the boat to get to Angola. However, the ship was completely sold out. A lot of other people wanted to take advantage of that. So he didn't give up. His opportunity was knocking, and he wanted to be stubborn about it. And I appreciate Sam said that I'm stubborn. That's a great compliment. Some of you that worked with me have probably learned that I tend to be pretty stubborn at times. Well, Antonio went around and asked a bunch of people to see if he could buy a ticket. And he finally found someone that was willing to partake with his ticket, except it ended up costing him all his money. But he was stubborn about his vision. And he went all in. At this point, he's 19 years old. It's 1950. He is all in. His opportunity's knocking. He's going to take advantage of it. He's going to Angola. It takes him exactly about 2 months to get there. And when he gets there, it wasn't easy. There's no Google. There's no Yelp. You can't make appointments, right? There's none of that. It's 1950. He gets off the boat, and he has to go 13 days at one point wearing the exact same clothes. He eats scraps, finally lands a job at a trading post, and ends up becoming one of their top sales professionals. And he does that for a couple years, and then he has the courage. Because why? Because he's stubborn about his vision. And he goes to the owner and goes, I'd like to open up my own store. Will you help me? And he asked for the sale. One of the most important parts of every sales process is asking for the sale. And he asked the owner if he would be willing to help him out. And the owner did. Gave him a credit limit as long as it didn't compete with his current and existing store. Antonio at that point is 21. Goes and opens up that store. And it wasn't easy. We've opened up stores. It doesn't just happen as a click. He took anything as a payment. He took quilts. He'll take pigs. He would take chickens. Whatever it took to sell something out of his store. He didn't quit, kept working on it, but it was getting lonely. As a bachelor, he was getting lonely. And he found this amazing woman by the name of Carmina, fell in love, and got married. Carmina started working at the store. And then before you know it, they have 2 stores. And before you know it, they have 2 auto body shops. They have an auto parts store. They're at the top of their game. They went from poverty to the upper class. They have 3 children. a daughter, which is the oldest, and 2 sons. Things are going amazing for them. They're having a chance to travel the world, go on vacations. They have a wonderful home. In June of 1975, they had another baby. And then 3 months later, it was a knock that you've never heard of. A knock that scares you. Antonio and the family are looking at it. It happens again. It's so much more aggressive. Antonio doesn't know what to do. He's looking at the door. Do I open it? This is a threat. And he looks, and he sees that it's his neighbor. And frantically, he opens the door. And as soon as he opens the door, the neighbor shouts, "Get out! Get out! The guerrilla army's coming. They're going to kill you. Leave!" Wow. What do? Do you stick around? What do you really do? There's that knock. It's so aggressive. Antonio went and grabbed his kids, put them in the car. Carmina had the newborn, went and grabbed the newborn, went and got milk because that's all they had, and they got out of there. They knew things had gotten aggressive in Angola. In 1975, the Angolan Civil War had broken out. Most of you have never heard of that war. Some of you have. Over 500,000 people died in that war. They're leaving. They're getting out of there, along with other people that are trying to save themselves in Angola. He is 44 years old, at the top of his game, and everything is now gone. Doesn't know if he'll ever see it again with him and his family. They keep going. They run into a Red Cross, and it was a refugee camp, along with others. They get in there, and it was tough. They were overpopulated. Thank God for the Red Cross. They couldn't get food, and when they did get food, some of it they would fight for it, and it would end up in the dirt, in the mud, bread, and they would go grab that and save it and clean it and feed the kids and the family. You have to do things to survive. What's the highlight of that? Was that 3-month-old baby. He had no idea. He doesn't know what life is. He's smiling, giggling. He was the nucleus of that family, and everybody was rallying around him and his siblings. The siblings, they didn't have any toys or anything to play with, so they would talk to this baby and kind of play with it, and this baby would have a lot of fun. And then after about 6 months, they were able to finally survive and get out of there. A lot of people didn't. Some, there was so much stress that they had heart attacks. Some, they couldn't deal with everything that they just lost. They killed themselves. Antonio got his family out of there and went back to the Azores. Full circle. Left the Azores, makes something. Now he's back to the Azores with nothing. He gets there, being an entrepreneur that he is, he started a restaurant and started doing better and had a chance to regroup. He is stubborn about his vision. He is not quitting. His daughter is now 18, and his sons are growing, and he's approximately 50 years old in the Azores, and he's so stubborn about his opportunity that he wants to do something else and take his kids off this island because he wanted to leave, and he does. And he comes to this amazing nation, the United States of America, and starts another business and does well. Antonio was very stubborn about that vision. And if you ever have a chance to talk to him and find out about that knock that was so frantic, that knock saved him and his family's life. His family probably wouldn't be here if they hadn't acted and if it wasn't for that neighbor and if he hadn't opened that door and got out. You have to be stubborn about your vision. We've heard of that throughout this conference. You have a vision, believe in it. When I see winning the award, my 7-year-old, my 9-year-old, or 7 and 11, I always got to get the math right, 7 and 11-year-old, I see them growing up to be compassionate individuals, ones that give back to society, ones that take care of our Mother Nature and take care of Earth. I see them growing up and being stubborn about their vision. They do what they want to do. And for my wife and I to give that hard love and that difficult times where we're going to have to teach them a lesson of something that they really, really wanted, but you always need to get what you need. I want to kind of talk about the baby that helped keep it together. The baby that was there that had no idea what was going on. The baby that almost didn't make it. He got really sick. And Antonio Carmina got out. That baby is me. I was born in June 1975. I am very happy to tell you, Antonio Carmina have inspired me. They're my parents, my dad and I. He gave me a lot of tough love. I wasn't his biggest fan. And I grew up. I am definitely his biggest fan. This award that I have here isn't my award yet. It's not time for me to win this award. This award is actually for my parents from the Alves family. And I actually told my parents to come here today because I was getting an award and I wanted them to be here. And they have no idea what just happened. They're probably in a little bit of shock. So please help me give a huge round of applause to my parents, Carmina and Antonio Alves. Vamos por cima. Vamos por aquí. What we got, Pai? Oh. Okay. Take a quick picture. No, right here. Vamos aqui, vamos tirar uma cafia. Vamos tirar uma cafia. Obrigado. Vamos aqui. Vamos por.